We're not quite sure what to do. Previously, my dad and I drove to South Florida to pick up my new project, which is an M997 military Humvee. Once I made the purchase, we had to make a couple adjustments to the rear brakes to get them road ready, and then we headed north. Just to find out, we had a long night ahead of us. So we made it about an hour down the road, and we just pulled over for a second. And unfortunately, we have a radiator leak. So we found the spot, I believe it's the water pump right behind the fan, but it's quite a mess and it's midnight. So I'm not quite sure what to do. Yeah, I don't know. We're trying to make a decision right now. We're far enough away from home. We could just fill it up with water and kind of keep going, but then we'd have to pull over like a lot to keep filling it up. It's also quite a big project to take on in a parking lot, to take everything off this, swap the water pump. I don't know, we're kind of tired. So we made a decision, and well, I actually tried to get us a hotel for tonight, but they're all booked, so there's nothing nearby, and it's already 1 a.m. And I can't sleep in the back here yet because we just filled it with a whole bunch of tires and extra parts. So I'm just gonna go sleep in the front seat of the car with my dad, and we'll dive into this thing in the morning. Why do you do this stuff with me?
Why do you do this to me?
This is real life right now.
Yeah, it doesn't get much realer. Much realer.
I really want to brush my teeth.
Yeah, use your finger. Should I use my
my
stitches?
Oh my gosh.
Cleans them right out.
Oh yeah, on top of all this, my dad here, this is his hand right now.
Yeah,
Viewer discretion advised.
It's infected.
He had surgery on his hand. He didn't cut his hand. He had surgery on it, but anyways,
Yeah.
good morning. Sorry.
Yes.
We decided today that we're gonna dive into it here in the parking lot at Love's. We just picked up a new water pump and all the parts down in West Palm. We hope, because this is an AM General manufacturer, all the parts are a little weird, although it is still under GMC. But we think we got the right water pump. So we're gonna dive into it now and hope we can get this thing fixed so we can get back to Jacksonville.
We're gonna dive right into it. It's gonna be a blast. I may not survive this, but
I think we can do it. So the water pump is right here on the back side of the belt and the fan. So what we got to do is we got to take off the fan, take off the alternator, and then we should be able to get into where the belts are. This is all new to us, so we're learning as well along the way. But once we get in there, there's a lot of access in this area because the radiators are on top. So we should be able to get in there theoretically. We'll see. Here we go. Wish us luck. So a little update, it's quite the process to get the radiator out of here. In order to remove the fan, you have to remove the radiator and everything, and then the shroud around the fan. So that took a lot of time, but now we know. I guess we're learning how to do this along the way, which is a whole nother thing. But we got it out. Now we have direct access to the front of the engine. So anyways, that's where we're at right now. Got to keep moving. unfortunately, I hate to say this, but I feel like we're feeling a little defeated right now. We just are on a little bit of a time crunch because my dad has some appointments tomorrow, and we've gotten pretty deep into the motor. We finally got to the water pump, which you can see is in not good condition. But then there's this back plate behind it, which then goes into the oil reservoir area, and the sun's about to go down in like 30 minutes, so I think I'm gonna try to make the call to probably just get it towed back to Jacksonville. It's probably gonna be expensive, but there's just too much to do, and I don't want to really cut corners and just put stuff together real fast just to make it drivable but back to Jacksonville, because then we would just have to tear it apart again. Yeah, he's right there. So my dad's stressing out right now about doing it because the AAA thing's under his name. So he's telling me to stay away from it so it looks like it's his Hummer. So he's doing all the work loading it up. So I'm like, hey, do whatever. Were you worried about the AAA police arresting us?
Yeah, totally.
So, not an ideal start to our rebuild series. It's gonna add a couple more episodes of rebuilding to it. But anyways,
like programming.
I say this stuff bothers me, but then we always sign up for stuff like this and we enjoy it. So I don't really know. Honestly,
enjoy. That's a great choice of words. I'm worn out. My hand hurts. I've lost weight. You know, it's amazing how much we've learned.
Yeah, I mean, by the end of this, the military will hire us to rebuild their Hummers for them.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
We were so close to being at the turning point of putting things back together. It's just that one step farther than we wanted to go with no time.
We don't like to make stuff easy.
Yeah.
We're just rambling on. We're actually like delusional. Hopefully we make it back.
We've been up a long time.
We slept in the parking lot together. Oh, man.